traditions and culture are infused in all of us. In that way, we would like to start the program by lighting the lamp. So I request all the dignitaries to kindly light the lamp. So that looks very auspicious because in South India, Friday evenings we used to light the lamp and that looks beautiful on the dais. So thank you all of you. So now I request Mr. Pradeep Kumar, Zonal Director of ICCR, Bangalore, to give the welcome address to the gathering, please.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, sir. On behalf of Indian Council for Cultural Relations, it is my pleasure to welcome our chief guest, Professor Dharni Karashu, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Pondicherry University, Professor Clement Laws, Director Culture and Culture Relations, Pondicherry University, Professor Sirikala Melo. Thank you, sir. The chief guest, sir, who has graciously accepted our invitation to join us today. The Indian Council for Cultural Relations was founded in 1950 by first Education Minister Maulana Abul Kalam Azad. In 1950 till 1958, he was the President ICCR. Its objectives as defined in the Memorandum of Association include the following: to establish, revive and strengthen culture relations and mutual understanding between India and other countries, to promote culture exchange with other countries, to adopt all other measures as may be required to further its objectives. Right from its establishment until 1958, the ICCR was the administrative jurisdiction of the Education Ministry till 1970. Thereafter, 1971, the Ministry of External Affairs assumed administrative and operational control of the Council. In 1978, the Council took over from the Department of Culture all work pertaining to incoming, outgoing culture delegations and delegated activities relating to implementation of culture exchange program. In the initial years, the aims and objectives of the ICCR were twofold: to project Indian culture and heritage on the international culture map and to present India through Indian eyes so as to correct various distortions about India created by established stereotype of the colonial, and B2 for people-to-people contact with the other countries, particularly the newly emerging nations. By and large, the ICCR activities have helped in achieving these broad objectives. The founder president of ICCR, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, gifted his collection of approximately 10,000 books in Arabic, Persian, Urdu and other languages to the Council. This rare collection of books and manuscripts has been housed in Gosai-Azad in ICCR, New Delhi. Gosai-Azad also includes about 197 rare manuscripts in Arabic, Urdu and Persian languages, some of which are apart from their carry the hallmark of the antiquity. As on today, there are around 11 regional offices and 37 Indian culture centers abroad. And ICCR annually supporting around 7,000 foreign students who study in various central state universities institute, NITs and agriculture institution, etc. in India. Out of 7,000 students, 2,150 students are studying in southern region and look after by the zonal office, Bangalore. This time, ministry also given 1,000 scholarship to Afghan national to continue their studies online from India, and it is 100% utilization from last year. And Government of India again they approved similar number to next 2 years to the Afghan nationals. Also the 500 scholarship to Bangladesh nationals which started from 2022. ICCR organized and participated in international seminars, symposium both in India and abroad. Participation in major culture festival abroad, organizing of festival of India in abroad, exchange of groups of performing artists between India and other countries. Organizing the distinguished visitor program. That means high profile like professor and universities people, they coming to India, and similar Indian distinguished visitors are going to abroad. ICC also, there is a publication of journal distribution in India and abroad. There is also a journal Hindi Gagnanchal and many other projects that ICCR take on behalf of the Ministry of External Affairs. Once again, thank you, sir, and thank you all for this.
The summer evenings are hot, but they are beautiful because of the sea breeze and the blooms. So we have gathered here not only for that, for beautiful performances too. Before we begin with that, I would like to request Shri Pradeep Kumar, Zonal Director of ICCR South, to honor our chief guest, Honorable Professor K. Tarnikarsu, our Honorable Vice Chancellor of Pondicherry University.
ICCR is celebrating its 75th Foundation Day on April 9 this year. As we commemorate more than 7 decades of dedicated service in the realm of cultural diplomacy, it fills me with immense pride to note that for more than 7 decades, ICCR has been at the forefront of fostering cultural exchanges between India and nations across the globe, serving as a beacon of mutual understanding and respect. Through countless initiatives, programs, and partnerships, ICCR has strived to bridge cultures, transcend boundaries, and build meaningful connections. Our endeavors have not only enriched the cultural tapestry of our nation Bharat, but have also contributed to a more interconnected global community. As we celebrate this significant milestone, let us reflect on the profound impact of our collective efforts as well as the work ahead. In recent years, we have taken major steps to equip ICCR for the contemporary world. These include right sizing of our zonal offices, strengthening ICCR's institutional capacity with implementation of e-office, complete digitization of our scholarship processes through Gyan Setu app, including payments to students and institutions, ongoing work regarding the AIMS, that is Activity and Information Management System portal, launch of a new visitors program including Gen Next Democracy Network program, Knowledge India Conference, Pratibha Sangam competition, launch of online courses, and so on. From promoting artistic expressions to facilitating intellectual dialogue, each endeavor has played a vital role in nurturing mutual understanding and goodwill. As we embark on the journey ahead, ICCR will continue to move ahead with determination to fulfill its organizational objectives in partnership with one and all. Thank you very much.
Gandhiji's values and philosophy of ahimsa has inspired generations. India believes in making the world a beautiful place where everyone is part of one big family. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, one world, one family. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, ancient Indian philosophy that considers the entire population as one giant family. A family that prospers with each other without any conflict or aggression. In today's age of seamless geographical boundaries and international partnerships, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam seems like the necessity of the future. India banks on its cultural strength and power that emphasizes on moral high ground. Sarvajan Hidai, Sarvajan Sukhai, for everyone's wellness, for everyone's happiness. With a harmonious ideology at the core, India believes in winning the hearts and admiration of the whole world. Since its independence struggle, India has shown the world that non-violence and all-inclusiveness along with spiritualism, yoga, Bollywood films, classical dances and the ever-popular lip-smacking cuisines are Indian inherent strength and attract the world to this wonderful, hospitable country and its warm people. A nation that prides itself on its heritage. India is a shining example of how unity, harmony and oneness combined with culture can conquer the whole world. Proud of its past, India is moving forward into the future. In a rapidly changing technological landscape, India has emerged as a technological giant. With its booming information technology, diaspora spread all around the globe. India dominated the world in intellectual prowess. From tech titans to humble startup ventures, India is making her presence felt all over the global IT scene.
Good evening, everyone. Respected Director, Culture and Cultural Relations. Under his guidance, today's program is going on. And Cultural Coordinator, Professor E. Srikala, and the Zonal Director of ICCR, Mr. Pradeep Kumar, and Dr. Punita, who has given welcome address, welcome to the audience, he has given, and all the performers, starting from Ms. Swana, Dr. Srilata, Mr. Rahman, Ms. Sonakshi, and all the students and faculty members who are all here. Good evening, everyone. Today we have assembled here for this ICCR's 75th Foundation Day. In celebration of this Foundation Day, in collaboration with Pondicherry University, Professor Clement Lourdes, he has taken initiative for arranging this Foundation Day at this university, Foundation Day celebration at this university, with the help of DDE, and I thank DDE director for arranging this and supporting this. And at this juncture, since the student community is more, so I thought since it is the cultural event and they are asking me to talk also, so I thought the culture, when it comes to the culture, it is to me it is very complex. Being the science person, for humanities and social science, they take it as such. This is exist, we are doing it as such. But as I am a science faculty, because scientists always question everything, and many Nobel laureates, even they feel inside there is a God, and due to the him only there are many functions, all those things, but still they pretend to be atheist, because God, you cannot put God into any of the themes, because you cannot explain also with only materials. Materials you can give evidence, but we cannot give evidence for emotions or love, affection. These are all we cannot give any evidence. So because of this, scientists generally, they cannot prove existence of God also, because it doesn't belong to only materials. We cannot say God is not there is not with materials. With only material evidence, we cannot prove. And that is the reason if you go to temple also, where materials exist, we cannot see also God. With only material evidence, we cannot prove. So it starts from God, and then humans and animals and all the earth, everything. It is totally, the culture evolves around this, because only human being wears dress, and we are the only, we walk two legs. Of course, birds also have, but our living style is totally different. So in this, there are many things at present generation. Without knowing what is this culture exists, we are all following it up. Since our ancestor follows, we are also following this. And why we are doing is also many things we cannot also understand this. Because there are many people who have some understanding of this, but still the whole population cannot understand this. And different culture have different cultural traditions. And India is very interesting country where the culture changes every 100 kilometers. You will see different culture, different language. So in these circumstances, it is very difficult to explain also why this culture exists. So in this, the first question is whether we have to have culture. I can say, even though I am a scientist, I can say culture is very important for any society. Otherwise, everybody will become mad. Because scientists who are pretend to be atheists, they can engage their mind with research. For ordinary people, what they can do without culture? They have to, our mind is made up of in such a way that it doesn't take rest even at sleeping. We may be taking rest, but our mind don't take rest. That's why it gives that time dreams. Our mind is made in a such a way that it is very active, and the mind is the only things it gives us life. Whatever you feel, that's why Vivekananda said, whatever you think, so you become. And whatever is happening is God's will. These are the things. Mind is, if you feel I have this ideology, we become like this. If you feel that I follow different ideology, the moment you feel that is, you will have evidence for this. So mind is such a very strong entity in humans, where it has a lot of powers. So for this, the culture, without culture, if you leave it, your mind is without culture, then it will not be in your control also. So to keep the mind in your control only, all this culture has evolved. And I also told you, you cannot see God, and in that case, we have to assume something, and we have to only feel. So in this, how our mind should be trained. So to say existence of God, how we can train? That's why if you go to temple, we don't see God, but we see different people feel different things there. And somebody feel very calm there. Somebody feel, I don't get negative feelings there when I go there. So I am very positive there. My thinking is good. Somebody will feel there. So different people, they go there and different reasons. But still, different culture have different traditions. So when it comes to the Indian traditions, there are many culture we follow, and the present generation, we also do not know. For example, we lamp the light today, but we don't know the reason for lamp. Everywhere we are even the church, if we go, there is a candle. And in Hindu tradition, we have a lamp. But we have the habitual this. We don't know why it is. But whatever I understand is, this is very interesting tradition. See, if you see this, you know the first law of this one, apple story, all those things. If you put the apple, it will go to the gravitational. Because of the gravitational force, it goes everything down. But if you see this, it goes up. It is very interesting, And also, this is the one of the reason they always go to this. The another reason is, they say, I don't have any proof. Again, they say our soul exists like this. It goes up. That is why, as long as our soul is inside, our body feels light. Once our soul goes out, our body becomes heavy. We need at least 4 or 5 people to lift. Whereas if the soul is inside, as long as you are alive, you can stand up, or you need only one person to pull you up. Whereas the moment it goes out, then we need many people to lift this. And that is the reason we have to remember this always. The remember of our soul. Remember, everywhere the soul is important. The soul is also the part of God. We are all part of God. So this is our mind thinks, our mind accepts. The moment you feel that there is some the spiritual thing which is taking care of everything, that's why everything is going in a proper direction. Moment you feel that, we are all feel relaxed. Okay, something is there to take care, why we have to worry? Then our mind can smoothly travel, and that is the reason I feel personally we need culture. Even the many cultural events, whatever we follow, festivals, this is actually the fight between evil and the good spirits. The good spirits means which gives happiness, feel good. The negative spirits means will take away our energy and making us sad. The keeping our mind with full happiness is the source of our life. The moment you feel that you are happy, then that is the life. With now we are all going to reach that happiness with the different variety of materials like drugs, alcohol. That is not the way. It should not be. The happiness should be like today I am happy means tomorrow there should not be any after effect for this. Whereas the whatever I told, it will have a lot of after effect. Our body will, today it may be, we may feel happy, but tomorrow the after effect will be too much. Our mind will be affected and it will definitely lead us to depression. The moment we are going to the depression, that means culturally we are not following something wrong with us. The moment we are sad, that means we are keeping our mind something not in a proper direction. We have to do our self study. So something wrong means something our understanding is wrong. 100% understanding everything is nobody can understand everything. No human can understand everything. So, but still, something is very sad to us. That means our understanding somewhere, something problem. We have to go through this and find out the reason why we are sad. God has, to me, what I understand so far is, God has created us to celebrate life, to celebrate happiness. So this is the concept of human. If you feel that something is make you unhappy, get away from this. We are not created for this. We are here to be happy. So all these celebrations, cultures, everything is made us to be happy. God has created for us to make us happy, but many things, many generation, many truth have come out, but still God can retain them and give it to us. He has not made like this. There are our ancestors know many secrets, but still there are only few secrets we come to know about this. Why? Because it is our duty to find out how to be happy. So every generation it is our duty to find out how to make the people to be happy. So this is the biggest challenge in our life is how to keep ourselves happy. So if we are sad, that means we are somewhere something wrong to understand what is the life given to us. So this Friday evening, this cultural program is arranged to understand that how to be happy, and even the functions whatever is given by Bharatanatyam and folk dance. If you see the source of the soul of this function, the soul of this performance, you can see the how to be happy, how to fight with our bad elements. So that is the soul. If you see, even the Krishna is having a dance with many things because it shows we are here to love everyone. We are to love. We are here to happy, to make others happy. Our main role is to be happy and make others to be happy. So nothing else. If you see the life, everybody's life, to make others happy. So that is the source of the culture I understand. So I am really thankful for ICCR for inviting me this 75th Foundation Day celebrations. And I thank ICCR for choosing us to celebrate that 75th day Foundation Day celebration with Pondicherry University. I thank again Professor Clement Sagaraida Lours for taking efforts to arranging this Foundation Day celebration with this. And also I thank Dr. Gupta, DDE Director, for supporting this event, DDE for supporting this event, and also thank Professor E. Srikala, Cultural Coordinator, for organizing this and supporting this, and I also thank other performers for their time and their performance. Most importantly, I thank the students, because nowadays it is very difficult to attract students for this type of performance, because the mobile phone is the most attracted device today. Correct? You are all, if you are coming here, that means you are all satisfied with that one, and you are all understand offline is more important. To me, human is most interesting person in the world. You go to any device, anything in the world, you will at one stage you will get satisfied. But if you are interacting with a person who you have to like it, otherwise it will be disaster also. But if you like a person, you cannot find the boring with anyone. So human being is a very interesting person in the world. So you are all here, and to see this, interact with this, and get happiness through this one. So I again thank all the students for coming over here and taking part this Foundation Day. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you very much, sir. Even though you're a scientist, you say that, but the worldly experience and the deep understanding of culture was clearly evident in your speech, sir. And the philosophical quotes you used has reflected the true spirit of India, I should say. Thank you very much, sir, for that speech. Now, we request our guest of honor, Professor Clement Saharaj Lours, Director, Culture and Cultural Relations, to give the guest of honor address to the gathering, please.
Respected Vice Chancellor of Pondicherry University, Professor Tarnikarasu, Mr. Pradeep Kumar, Dr. Srikala Madam, and all the guests who are present here, faculty, scholars and friends. I am really very happy to be with you all on this Foundation Day of ICCR. Vice Chancellor, while referring to this event, he told us that I played an important role as far as shaping this program is concerned, but I was only a guest all these days, because I am not so rich to play a significant part in this particular game, but I passed on the buck to the DDE Director, who happens to be the richest man in Pondicherry University. And whatever be the program, and whatever we ask him to do, he will do it immediately without any hesitation, and he is capable of doing it also. And therefore, this time, he has done a very good job, but unfortunately, the invisible presence is seen here, and he is the man behind the scene. And he acted so long as a man behind the scene and has come out with splendid results. And I did a little homework in order to know what actually this CCR is doing, what are the main plans, and what they are up to. Three important things are noteworthy to share with you, my dear friends. Actually, the student population is very large here, and therefore I am addressing them only. CCR, it promotes the Indian cultural values to foreign countries. That is what everyone as an Indian should do. Promoting our cultural values to foreign countries, and ICCR has been doing it and has done well in the last few decades. If you see the growth and development of ICCR, you may marvel how they have been at it in promoting the cultural values to other countries. Number two, their objective is to translate the Indian literature and offer it to the foreign languages. And this is where the main problem lies. I will come to that later, because I am just indicating what are the three important plans they have in mind. The third one, recognizing the latent talent in the students, especially in classical dance performances. This is another thing that we have with our students, with our girls, but it is not coming up fully. And that is why ICCR is concentrating on that. How to bring out this talent and how to give them, to offer them to the world so that they can become internationally reputed personalities emerging from various institutions of India. And when we talk about the culture, how this culture comes into play, as far as literature is concerned, because I am from the language department, and Professor Tarnikar sir said he is from the science department, and therefore he will be talking in a very different way. That is true. But as one from the humanities department, mine should be something different from what he said, because when you take the case of fiction, the one novelist who has been obsessed with the culture of India and how it can be transmitted to foreign countries is one Banerjee, Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni, that is her full name, and she has come out with several novels where you can see the clash of culture coming into focus. And one important short story where you find the clash of culture come into force is Mrs. Duta Writes a Letter. It tells about one ordinary Indian housewife who wants to go to United States because her son and daughter-in-law, they are settled there with their children. And here is an invitation to her to come to United States and be settled there. With great hopes in mind, she happily, proudly tells her friend, I am going to join my son. After that, I will not come. I will be settled there for good. But her friend says, no, don't think in that way. You will be having a lot of problems. At least leave a small room here in this house. Probably you may think that one day you will come back. But she thought there is no necessity for that. But when she goes to United States, things are turned against her. The cultural things that come into focus are something very hard to her to digest. Why? Because the next morning she wants to wash her clothes, and immediately they take her to the washing machine and ask her to do the entire work. But she tells, I don't want to use the washing machine, I will do it manually. But the son says, okay, if you want to do it manually, do it. But the problem comes immediately after half an hour. She washes clothes, okay. But there is a clothes line, and that clothes line from this house go to the next house. Ignoring that, because in our custom, people will not show any objection to it. But in foreign culture, it is something different. What she is doing, she takes all her sari, blouse, underwear and everything, she just puts it on the cloth line that goes to the next door. That's all. Immediately, people come and start scolding her. You see what that old woman has done. And all these dirty cloths are lying here. And you have not controlled your mother. The son gets all the scolding. One by one, I don't want to narrate the entire story. If you read it, you may find it very interesting. At last, the lady decides to write a letter. That is the title of the story. Mrs. Dutta writes a letter. She writes a letter to her friend saying that, you please give me that corner. I think that corner is intact in my house. I will come and settle there for good. And I will never go back to United States again. You see, that is the cross of culture or the clash of culture. When I went to Reunion University to teach English students, the first thing my director told me, you will get a cultural shock today. I asked him, sir, what is the cultural shock you are meaning? Why? Students will call you by your name. Clement, now it's time, you can come and take class. Is it so? Yes. But unfortunately, nobody called me by name. I do not know the reason why. And they appear to be very obedient and disciplined. And that has nearly surprised and even shocked me. But that is what you call the cross-cultural things that you have in your life. And you take the best sonnet of Shakespeare. The sonnet begins, this is in praise of his friend. And now you find out whether this praise is noteworthy. It starts like, shall I compare thee to the summer's day? My dear friend, you know what is summer's day. We are all reeling under pressure. We are profusely sweating. This is what you call summer's day. But can you use the same thing in translation and attribute it to our Indian friend? Your friend will get angry. What? You are calling me a summer's day. That means what? You don't like me. That is why Kannadasan in one of his songs sang, Kalangalil aval vasandam. Is it not? So, Kalangalil aval kodai nirundana namma andha paattiye padikada odittirupom. Because in Indian context, the meaning entirely, differs. And again, when somebody is giving you welcome, you say that they gave me a very warm welcome. Isn't it? They give me a very warm welcome. But we are simply following the English style. But in our Indian context, if you use it, someone's eyebrows will be raised. What? Warm welcome. Why not cold welcome? But in foreign countries, if you say that they have given me a cold reception, that means they have not given you a proper reception. Only when you use that word warm, it has got its vitality, it has got its value. But unfortunately, it will never happen here. I was translating, because I told you that ICCR is keen on translating tests. And I am very happy to say, I was the first one here to translate some of the short stories of Prabhanjan, our Pondicherry writer. And it came out as a book for the first time. And when I was translating it, I had a very big problem, because I am translating the Tamil text into English. He says that as boys, we fought with each other. Adukapram Kaya Parama Pathon. Because this Kaya Parama, you know that, is it not? That game. That is very much restricted to our Indian context. How to translate it into English? There are only two ways. I can transliterate it, Kaya Parama, like that I can write in English. Otherwise, Kaya Parama, 1 star, and I can explain what actually is the game. The third one, to delete it. That's all. I thought that deleting is a very big problem because he has done it and it has got its own effect. How can I delete it? It is not at all possible. And even in Tamil text, we give much importance to rhythm. In English it is also there, but in Tamil there are certain songs which are glorified for their rhythm. I will just give you one example. The story goes like this. A young girl, she has been put in an abandoned place and she is in love with a boy. Now she has an assistant, another girl to assist her, and she has got a parrot in her house, and she has got one person, one maid for doing all sorts of odd jobs. But what happens now? The girl is contemplating over her situation. I can't send this servant because when she goes to my would-be, that is to my lover, she will not be able to tell exactly what I have in mind. I can't send this parrot because parrot cannot transmit what I say, because even I teach her everything, the parrot will not tell the exact thing to the lover. So the third option is her very good friend. If I send my good friend, what my good friend will think? If I go and make the lovers get united, I will be not having any role to play thereafter. Therefore, let me postpone it. And I don't want immediately to go and convey the news. This is what my friend will think, right? So, the best thing is, let me chant the name of my lover again and again and be happy with it. That is the only thing that I can do now. I am a helpless being. That's all the poem. Now I will tell you the poem. Whether the poem that I am telling you, whether it contains the meaning that I told you now or not, you yourself can decide. Tadi tudo tidu, tattai tudo dadu, tudi tudo ottitta tudade, taduditta tutti tattade, teduditta tudu tidu, tittitadu odi tidi. That's all. The same meaning. But you see how it is conveyed. What a beautiful language. How can you translate that into English? Is there any possibility? There is no possibility at all. Okay. But one more thing that I would like to tell you, as far as the cultural values are concerned, because this is another important thing, dance, music, and everything should go and reach the foreign countries. Our cultural values, they should cherish. That is the motive of ICCR. But when you take our culture, my dear friends, because all boys and girls are seated here, there is no point in thinking about a particular art and try to imitate that art. But we have to think something differently, then only, in my opinion, that our culture will reach the foreign countries in the manner in which it should reach. Okay. Say for example, now you are going to have a very good performance by an excellent dancer. But she must be knowing about Dr. Padma Subramaniam. And she has bagged many awards. And she is supposed to be, Madam is sitting here and Madam knows a lot about Padma Subramaniam. And in one of the interviews I read, some of the innovative things that she has introduced in Bharatanatyam, this all happened because of her constant visits to the temples. She has seen the carvings, she has seen the inscriptions of the performers, that have been depicted in the pillars. Then she got an idea, even Ramayanam can be depicted in this way. This is the way that we should follow. The inspiration she got only when she examined the pillar of our ancient temples. Don't you think that this is something innovative? This happens here in India, in South India. All the cultural values are there, but you have to unearth them. That is the most important thing. Then I can just quote the example of the very famous musician, M.S. Viswanathan, the music director. And again in one of the interviews I heard him saying, when I was sleeping, I suddenly got the music of one raga. What is this raga? He himself is not sure about. So the next moment he thought, so let me go to a very senior expert and try to understand what actually the raga is. Bala Murali Krishna was one such person who lived at that time and who has been a good friend of MSV. The next morning he could not even sleep after that. MSV goes there 5 o'clock in the morning and says, sir, I come across one raga. Where? In my mind's eye. And I do not know what it is. You have to tell me which raga that I am thinking about. Yes, come on, sing a song. Then he sings that raga and the great, Bala Murali Krishna says, no, this is not there anywhere. You have come out with one new type of raga. This is not at all there in history. Therefore, for want of other names, let me give the name Vishwapriya. That is, his name is Viswanathan. So that raga is named after the great music director. Don't you think that it is, innovation? It is something new. Same thing happened with another great musician, Ilayaraja. With 7 musical notes, Sapta Swarangal we say, we will be able to, sing. If that all there is any song, then it should have that 7 notes. Without 7 notes you can't. But Ilayaraja tried it with only 3 notes. And that has become a raga by itself. And you must have heard of that song. Suppose if you are hearing it without knowing the truth, you may think that it is some other raga, just like Kalyani or something like that. But when you look at it very carefully, and when the musician himself explaining it, you will understand that it is composed of 3 notes only. Sa, Ri, Ga, that's all. Dum, 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 da, 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 dum, dum, that song. Is it not? It will go on racing, zigzag, it will go, but it is made of only 3 notes. Okay. So therefore, whatever be the thing is, think something new. Let me take my own example. Don't think that it is a self-projection or self-advertisement. I am an artist, but I have not been introduced an artist now, since many of the university stalwarts know that I am an artist. And one day, just a few months ago, I saw one thread that has been discarded. It is a thread that is used for packing purpose. It was discarded and it was lying there on the floor. But when I looked at it, I saw that it has got some shape. And with that, I thought, why don't we make use of it in the canvas? Will it be possible? I thought, immediately it dawned to me that it can be done on a black canvas, not white canvas. Black canvas I can do it because the thread is white. With that help of the discarded thread, I made a portrait of our actor Vijay, because he is the one that came to my mind. I completed it with the portrait of Vijay. If I show the picture to you, you will say that this is only made of paint. you must have used brush, you must have used, white color. No. If I show you the real, the original, then you will understand what it is. And after that, I started doing several performances of this kind, just thinking about it. So, if you think it in a novel way, certainly you will be able to enrich our culture. There is no need for the improvement of our culture because it has gone to a level where there is no further development possible. But in spite of that, if you think it in an innovative way, certainly you will come out with good results. And our professor suggested that the best important thing for that is the peace of mind. When can you have the peace of mind? Only when you are happy. If you are not happy, then nothing can be done. Therefore, my dear friends, be happy with yourself. And the very famous play, The Merchant of Venice, it starts with Antony's soliloquy. What is Antonio's soliloquy? In sooth, I know not why I am so sad. It varies me, you say it varies you. How I caught it, come by it, I am yet to know. I do not know why I am so sad. It bothers me. If I tell about it to you, you will say it bothers you. To that extent, I am feeling sad. Immediately, his friend comes and says, you are a merchant and you have many ships. I think that the botheration is because of that. Since your ships are there on the sea, you must be thinking that they may get drowned. Is that the reason? Immediately Antonio says, no. Then you must be in love. No, I never think of any girl or anything of that kind. I am not a romantic fellow. I am not in love. Then what? That is what I am thinking about. Immediately the clown comes and tells him, I can tell you the reason why you are so sad. Oh, precisely this is what I want to know. You are sad because you are not happy. Very big finding. Isn't it? I am quoting Shakespeare. Therefore, certain things you may fear, but when you think about it carefully, they are not worth fearing. It is only a phobia, maybe. You must know the difference between fear and phobia. Martin Luther King categorizes it with a very small example. If you fear a snake in the darkest part of Amazon jungle, it is a fear. If you feel a snake under your carpet, it is a phobia. Many of our fears are snakes under the carpet. Get rid of these snakes, you can lead a very happy life of your own. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. You never cease to amaze us with your real-time short stories and a lot of experiences. Thank you very much for the speech, sir. Now it's time for what we are all waiting for, the performance, Bharatanatyam performance by Dr. Srilata Vinod. While they are arranging for the dais, let's know about our performer today. She has done MA History and MA Bharatanatyam, and she has got distinction in Bharatanatyam theory in Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. She has done PhD in Bharatanatyam from Tamil University, and she has completed a course in South Indian Temple Art and Iconography from Madras Craft Foundation, and she has completed UGC NET exam, and she has been awarded Government of India Senior Scholarship Sangeet Natak Academy Fellowship, and she is also a top grade artist from Madras Doordarshan, and she is also empaneled artist of ICCR, and she has got the following awards. Let me list it out. Kalaimamani, Natya Kalamani, Natya Purna, Vellodi and Bala Saraswati Award for Excellence, Yuvaraj Kala Bharati, Natya Shri Puraskar, Natya Kala Ratna.
Professor Tharanikaarasu, guest of honor for today, and also the culture and cultural relations person, Professor Clement Sahayadaraj Lourdes, the Zonal Director of ICCR, Shri Pradeep Kumar, the Cultural Coordinator, Srimati Shrikala, the person who has been in absolute touch regarding hospitality, every single detail, Shri Arvind Gupta, all the great teachers from this beautiful university and the Bharatiyar Palgalaikodam, and most importantly, dear students. It gives me great pleasure to present this Bharatanatyam recital. Just a small request. It is to recorded music, so I will really appreciate if you can also keep silent and allow us both to listen to the music and respond to it. I begin with Shadakshara Kautvam, a composition of Madurai R. Muralidharan, which is in Ragam Shanmugapriya, set to Rupakatalam. For today's performance, I have compiled a few select compositions from our repertoire, starting with this Shadakshara Kautvam in praise of the Tamil deity Muruga, his birth from the third eye of Shiva, how he emerges as the warrior god, and how he is the paramour of Valli. I am delighted, and I'm sure that all the dignitaries and all of you will be with me till the very end of this performance. Thank you.
జన్నతరితాం దన్నతాం తకుందరికిట తక జొన్ను 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 తిన్నితై తిన్నితై తకుందరికిట తక జన్న 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 జన్నతరితాం తరితాం తకుందరికిట తక జొన్ను 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 తిన్నితై తిన్నితై తకుందరికిట తక జన్న జన్న గిర్ర కిట్ట జం తరి జం తరికిట తక జన్న 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 గిర్ర కిట్ట జం తరి జం తరికిట తక తకతాం తకదీం తకతుం తకణం ధరికిటతుం తక ధరికిటతుం తకదికు ధరికిటతుం తకతాం తకదీం తకతుం తకణం ధరికిటతుం తక ధరికిటతుం తకదికు ధరికిటతుం తకతాం తకదీం తకతుం తకణం ధరికిటతుం తక ధరికిటతుం తకదికు ధరికిటతుం சுற்றி வருகுது 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 வேல் முற்றும் வினையது விலகுது 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 பார்க்கற்ற தமிழது இனியது 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 நான் உற்ற பயனது பெருகுது மனமது உருகுது காண்
சுற்றி வருகுது 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 வேல் முற்றும் வினையது விலகுது 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 பார்க்கற்ற தமிழது இனியது 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 நான் உற்ற பயனது பெருகுது மனமது உருகுது காண் சுற்றி வருகுது 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 வேல் முற்றும் வினையது விலகுது 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 பார்க்கற்ற தமிழது இனியது 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 நான் உற்ற பயனது பெருகுது மனமது உருகுது காண்
தோ கிட்ட தக்க தரி கிட்ட தக்க தக்க தோ கிட்ட தக்க தரி கிட்ட தக்க தக்க தி தோ கிட்ட தக்க தரி கிட்ட தக்க ஜுன்னுட்டாம் 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 தக்க ஜம் த தீம் கிண்ணத்து தக்க ஜம் த தீம் கிண்ணத்து தக்க ஜம் த தீம் கிண்ணத்து சரவண பவ குமன் அழகன் 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 ஹர ஹர சிவன் மகன் முருகன் 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 அருள் தரும் குருபரன் குமரன் 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 அறுபடை அறுமுகன் வரதன் வரதன் வரதன்
சரவண பவகுவன் அழகன் அழகன் அழகன்
Parashakti. Shuddhananda Bharati, one of the Bharatis whose works still ring a bell in each of our ears and hearts. Srimati Vasanta Kokilam had made this a very popular composition in those days in All India Radio. This is in Ragam Kambodi, speaking of the different attributes of the Mother Goddess. Ananda Natanam Adinal, Parashakti Natanam Adinal, where as she danced, all the 5 elements that actually emerged from her, the Panchakrityas, Srishti, Sthiti, Samhara, Tirobhava, Anugraha, all of this is from her. This beautiful form and dance of Parashakti in Ragam Kambodi set to Aditalam.
pa ma ga ga ri sa ni pa da sa ri ga ma pa da ma ga pa da. Sari sa ni da pa da ma ga ga ri sa ni pa da sa ri ga ma pa da ma ga pa da sa ri ga ma ri ga sa ri da sa pa da sa ri ga ma ga ri sa ni da pa ma ga sa ri ga ma pa da ananda nadanam ஆடினாள் சச்சிதானந்த நடனம் ஆடினாள். பஞ்சபூதங்கள் முழங்க பஞ்சபூதங்கள் முழங்க பஞ்சபூதங்கள் முழங்க பஞ்சபூதங்கள் முழங்க பஞ்சபூதங்கள் முழங்க பஞ்சபூதங்கள் முழங்க கணங்கள் பாய்ந்து தாடம் வழங்க பஞ்சபூதங்கள் முழங்க கடங்கள் பாய்ந்து தாடம் வழங்க ஐந்து தோழிலும் துலங்க காலம் அதிர பூவிகள் கொலுங்க ஐந்து தொழிலும் துலங்க காலம் அதிர பூவிகள் கொலுங்க தஞ்சம் தஞ்சமென அன்பர் முறையிட தஞ்சம் தஞ்சமென அன்பர் முறையிட தந்தோம் தந்தோம் தாக்கிட தகதீம் என தந்தோம் தந்தோம் தாக்கிட தகதீம் ஜனதாரி சனித பதன மக கரி சனி ததிக ததிக மபத மக பத சாரி சனித பதன மக கரி சனி ததிக ததிக மபத மக பத சரி கவரி சரி தச பத சரி கமாகரி தப மக சரி கம பத ஆனந்த நடனம் ஆடினாள் பராசக்தி நடனம் ஆடினாள் சச்சிதானந்த நடனம் ஆடினாள் ஆனந்த நடனம்
When I agreed to perform here, I was asked specifically not to elaborate too much in between and thus snap the interest or the rapport that we have created. But at this moment, I would just like to take 2 minutes of your time to make you understand this composition that I'm going to perform. It is only one half of the entire composition, which is a crowning jewel in the Bharatanatyam repertoire, the Nrityopaharam, which is based on a Padavarnam. Here, the Bhakta or the devotee is addressing Krishna, whom he sees as a small child. He steals butter. He also steals the hearts of the gopis. He eats mud, much to the annoying, to the disappointment of his mother. In spite of all the butter and ghee and milk, you choose to eat mud, O Krishna. But this is the same Krishna who saved the entire clan of the Gopas and Gopis when he subdued Kaliya, who was residing in the Kalindi river, and he dances on the hood of that serpent. Now, all these stories are known to you. What is so special in what I am going to do? Every dance practitioner will know that the second half has a swara or a pure non-representational piece, followed by sahitya, which has the meaningful word. But here, you will find that even the swara has the story woven leading up to the sahitya. So this is what you will be looking out for in this entire composition. The last swara, of course, ends with the great deeds of Krishna, where he kills his evil uncle Kamsa, redeems his parents from the long tenure in jail. He later marries Rukmini, comes to the rescue of Draupadi when she is disrobed in the court, and finally he chooses to take on the role of a charioteer for Arjuna in the Kurukshetra war. So this is one part of the Nrityopaharam based on a Padavarnam. This is in Ragam Athana, set to Aditalam. The music composition by Shri Turayur Rajagopala Sharma, and the dance composition by my own gurus, Natyacharyas, the Dhananjayans.
Chinni Krishna Rara Nannu Palupa Chinni Krishna Rara Nannu Palupa Chinni Krishna Rara
Gudakati Gudakata Divinato Takadakajam Tarikatakatam Tajam Tajam Tadiginatum Takaditakanakajam Tarikatakatam Tajam Tajam Tadiginatum Takanakajam Tadiginatum Takaditakanakajam Tadiginatum Tadiginatum Ginatuna Tadiginatum Ginatune Tadiginatum Ginatum
Chinni Krishna Rara Nanu Palupa 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 Chinni Krishna Rara Pari Mari Sani Sari Ma ప సదా పమ పదే మా రే సని సని మా ప సదా పమ వెన్న పాలకాశిదోగ అటలాడిన వెన్న పాలకాశిదోగ అటలాడిన చిన్ని కృష్ణ కార నను బలు చిన్ని కృష్ణ రారా నను బలు చిన్ని కృష్ణ రారా పమ పది మప సరి మప ని సరి సరి రి మప మప ని పని సరి సని దద పమ పమ పది మప సరి మప ని సరి సరి మని మప మప ని పని సరి సని దద పమ మన్ను తినుచు యశోద గోపమనచ నోరు తెరచి భువన మెల్ల చూపిన మన్ను తినుచు యశోద గోపమనచ నోరు తెరచి భువన మెల్ల చూపిన మన్ను తినుచు యశోద గోపమనచ నోరు తెరచి భువన మెల్ల చూపిన మన్ను తినుచు యశోద గోపమనచ నోరు తెరచి భువన మెల్ల చూపిన మన్ను తినుచు యశోద గోపమనచ నోరు తెరచి భువన మెల్ల చూపిన చిన్ని కృష్ణ రారా నను పాలు చిన్ని కృష్ణ రారా నను పాలు చిన్ని కృష్ణ రారా పాప స పప సరి సని సదా రి సదా రి సని పద ని పమ పాప స పప సరి సని సదా రి సదా రి సని పద ని పమ రే మరే సరి మప ని పమ పని సరి రి మరి స రి సని పద ని పమ రే మరే మపని పమ పని సరి తిమరి స గరి సని పదని పమ ఆము మీద నిలచిన నము చేసి భారమైన గిరిని చైవహించి పాము మీద నిలచిన నము చేసి భారమైన గిరిని చైవహించి రమ్యమైన రాసకేళియు సల్పి ప్రేమతో భక్త గోపికల బ్రోచు రమ్యమై రాసకేళియు సల్పి ప్రేమతో భక్త గోపికల బ్రోచు ఆము మీద నిలచిన నము చేసి భారమైన గిరిని చైవహించి రమ్యమైన రాసకేళియు సల్పి ప్రేమతో భక్త గోపికల బ్రోచు చిన్ని కృష్ణ రారా నను పాలు చిన్ని కృష్ణ రారా నను పాలు చిన్ని కృష్ణ రారా పప మపతి మరి మప దప మప మదద పద ని సని రి సని సప పప మపతి మది మప దప మప మదద పద ని సని రి సని సప కంస ధ్వంసము చేసి తల్లి తండ్రుల జరి దివ్య ద్వారకపురమునకేయి కంస ధ్వంసము చేసి తల్లి తండ్రుల జరి దివ్య ద్వారకపురమునకేయి దని పప పద మప మపది మప మరి సరి మప దప మపది సద దని పప పద మప మపది మప మరి సరి మప దప మపది సద రుక్మిణి సహితమై కుచేలునికి సంపదలో నసగి కౌరవ సభలో రుక్మిణి సహితమై కుచేలునికి సంపదలో నసగి కౌరవ సభలో పద పస స ని రి స ని స ధ ని స స రి స ని స ని రి స ని పద ప మ ప ని స పద పస స స ని రి స ని స ధ ని స స రి స ని స ని రి స ని పద ప ద్రౌపది ద్రౌపదికి మాన రక్షణమును చేసి పాండుపుత్ర దూత బుధ ఎడలి ద్రౌపదికి మాన రక్షణమును చేసి పాండుపుత్ర దూత బుధ వెడలి రిమరి పమరి సరి సని సద నిరి సని స పాప పద పది సరి మరి పమరి సరి సని సద నిరి సని స పాప పద పది స పాద సారథియ తుజనుల బ్రోచి దుష్టుల నిగ్రహించి వెడలిన శ్రీపాద సారథియ తుజనుల బ్రోచి దుష్టుల నిగ్రహించి వెడలిన శ్రీ కృష్ణ రారా నయను పాలూప చిన్ని కృష్ణ రారా నయను పాలూప చిన్ని కృష్ణ రారా కృష్ణ
Now I ask the students, do I have the time for another composition? Thank you. ரொம்ப சுலபமாக புரியக்கூடிய தமிழில் தான் இந்த பாட்டு. Very popular, celebrated composition of பெரியசாமி தூரன், தொட்டு தொட்டு பேசவரான். Here, this Naika, she wants to come running up and tell Yashoda, do you know that son of yours? Look at the way you have brought him up. Do you know how he speaks? He's always touching me, finding some excuse to touch me. No, I don't like it. And this very gopi is mesmerized when it comes to listening to the flute played by the same Krishna. So much so, what happens in the end? Let's find out. Tottu Tottu Pesavaran in Ragam Bihag.
இல்லை கண்ணல் தொட்டு தொட்டு பேச தயிர்பால் வெண்ணை கலையதிலே கனவழி கடந்து போகையே கட்டி தயிர்பால் வெண்ணை கலையதிலே கனவழி கடந்து போகையே கட்டி தயிர் வெண்ணை கலையதிலே காணவழி கடந்து போகையேனே கட்டி தயிர் பாலை கலையதிலே காணவழி கடந்து போகையேனே கட்டி கரும்பே கட்டி கரும்பே கட்டி கரும்பே கட்டி கரும்பே கனியழைக்கு கட்டி கரும்பே கனியழைக்கு கட்டி கரும்பே கனியழைக்கு கட்டி கரும்பே கனியழைக்கு கட்டி கரும்பே கனியழைத்து கைவளை கூர்க குறுநகை காட்டியே தொட்டு தொட்டு பேசப்படா அவள் துடுக்கு கரத்தை அடக்கு வாக்கில்லைகள் தொட்டு தொட்டு பேசப்படா இட்டி நின்றாலும் இதயம் துடிக்குது விட்டு பிரிந்தாலும் கண்ணீர் வழியே எட்டி நின்றாலும் இதயம் துடிக்குது விட்டு பிரிந்தாலும் கண்ணீர் வடியது ஏட்டிரண்டரேயா வேதையில் ஸ்ரீவேட்டிரண்டரேயா வேதையில் ஸ்ரீவே எல் செவி கொளீர இன்னிசை ஓதினா எல் செவி கொளீர இன்னிசை ஓதினார் எல் செவி கொளீர இன்னிசை ஓதினார் தொட்டு 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 பேசவனார் அவள் துடுக்கு தரத்தை அடுக்கு இல்லை கள்ளல் தொட்டு தொட்டு பேசவனார் அவள் துடுக்கு தரத்தை அடுக்கு இல்லை கள்ளல் தொட்டு தொட்டு பேசுவரார் கள்ளல்
Garba, which is a folk dance from Gujarat, and I am very honored to tell you and share with you that Garba and Dandiya Ras has been accredited in the UNESCO's heritage list. and I am very honored and grateful for this opportunity to perform at the Indian Council of Cultural Relations today. Thank you so much. I will be starting with a Ganesh Vandana, who is the remover of all obstacles, and which will be followed by a traditional Gujarati Garbaras. Thank you so much. Namaste.
गणेश देवा गणेश देवा गणेश देवा हे गणेश देवा करूं तुम्हारी सेवा खोलो मारा रोदिया न ताला मारा देवा गणेश देवा गणेश देवा गणेश देवा राधे तू बड़ी भागनी तूने कौन तपस्या कीन तीन लोक तारन तरन वे सो तेरे आधीन रंग भी राधा ने लई बैठी बाधा अब मुरलियों बंद कर माता ये रंग भी राधा रैम रंग भी राधा अब मोरलियों बंद कर माना ये रैम रंग भी राधा रंग भी राधा ने लई बैठी बाधा मोरलियों बंद कर माता कि ये रैम रंग भी राधा अब मोरलियों बंद कर माता कि ये रैम रंग भी राधा भाई भाई गोकुल ने छोड़ी सुनी या गलियों माँ खाली पोखट के गोपियों गान हवे नंद जी ना लाल तने माता जशोदा करे छे पुकार हे जलगारी अलगारी दान कान गोकुल जो त्यागी जीवन रावण वेणू नचीवागी कियेच रेम रंगबीनी राधा जीवन रावण वेणू नचीवागी कियेच रेम रंगबीनी राधा ऐसी रंगबीनी राधा ने लई बैठी बाधा राधा ने लई बैठी बाधा मोरलियों बंद कर माला कियेच रेम रंगबीनी राधा मोरलियों बंद कर माला कियेच रेम रंगबीनी राधा मोरलियों बंद कर माला कियेच रेम रंगबीनी राधा
একই মায়ের দুটি সন্তান হিন্দু আর মুসলমান একই কোলে জনম মোদের একই স্তনের দুগ্ধ পান মরুতে এলেন মুহাম্মদ মথুরাতে এলেন শ্যাম ইমান খেলা খেলে রসুল লীলা খেলে ঘন শ্যাম মরুতে এলেন মুহাম্মদ নবীর প্রেমে পাগল হয়ে মা খাদিজা মদিনায় বাঁশির সুরে পাগল হয়ে রাধা ছুটে যমুনায় রাধা ছুটে যমুনায় মরুতে এলেন মুহাম্মদ মথুরাতে এলেন শ্যাম ইমান খেলা খেলে রসুল লীলা খেলে ঘন শ্যাম মরুতে এলেন মুহাম্মদ মুসলমানের কিতাব কুরআন হিন্দুদের হয় বেদ পুরাণ মুসলমানের কিতাব কুরআন হিন্দুদের হয় বেদ পুরাণ ইমান খেলা খেলে রসুল লীলা খেলে ঘন শ্যাম মরুতে এলেন মুহাম্মদ মথুরাতে এলেন শ্যাম ইমান খেলা খেলে রসুল লীলা খেলে ঘন শ্যাম মরুতে এলেন মুহাম্মদ শোন রে মুসলিম শোন রে হিন্দু দেখে আই রে মদিনায় শোন রে হিন্দু শোন রে মুসলিম দেখে আই রে মদিনায় দুই রাখালে যুক্তি করে গরু আর বকরি চড়ায় মরুতে এলেন মুহাম্মদ মথুরাতে এলেন শ্যাম ইমান খেলা খেলে রসুল লীলা খেলে ঘন শ্যাম মরুতে এলেন মুহাম্মদ থ্যাংক ইউ
जाऊ द्यान घरी मला जाऊ द्यान घरी मला जाऊ द्यान घरी मला जाऊ द्यान घरी
pleasant evening to all of you. Science always poses this threat to arts, performances, to prove everything in measurement terms. I think it is now, if this oxytocin, serotonin, happy hormones levels are measured, I think we can prove that arts can touch emotions and hearts at a deeper level. Dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, all the faculty members, HODs and deans who are with us today, faculty, all the performers, students, staff, teaching and non-teaching. On behalf of Directorate of Distance Education and Cultural Coordination Wing, Pondicherry University, we thank the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Director CNCR, Finance Officer, and the Registrar for making this event possible for us. We also thank the ICCR, Indian Council for Cultural Relations, Zonal Director, Shri Pradeep Kumarji from Zone Bangalore, for bringing this wonderful event of the celebration of 75th Foundation Day of ICCR to Pondicherry University. Thank you, sir. I was just having a very quick conversation with him. I have understood most of us, including me, though we know what ICCR is, we have not explored into the possibilities of utilizing this, the website, the opportunities given there. What I understood from him is they empanel artists. So I understood that Director DD told me that Vice Chancellor and directors are in conversation with him to explore more possibilities of empaneling our artist students into ICCR. So basically what they do is they give scholarship for foreign students to come to India and exchange the cultural heritage. So from the example that Clement sir was giving, the example that he talked about, Madam Padma Subramaniam, when the culture has a peculiar nature, it should grow. Culture has to grow and it has to transform. It doesn't exist if it doesn't grow and doesn't transform. So how does it transform us? Only in collaboration with other cultures. If you do not know other cultures, if there is no interaction between different cultures, culture can never grow and it would cease to be known as culture. So this is the intention of ICCR. This is what ICCR is doing, getting foreign scholars here and they share their cultural heritage with us and then they grow and then we get an opportunity to showcase our cultural heritage to other nations. We are very much thankful to you, sir, and also to ICCR for giving our students an opportunity. So their website is iccr.gov.in. Please go home and explore. There are a lot of things that you can explore, scholarship opportunities and empaneling. And when you visit other countries, embassies have wings of cultural relations. Every embassy has it in every nation. So ICCR has a collaboration with them. There are much more opportunities, which is with embassies. We would, on behalf of DD and Cultural Coordination Wing, we would also place our thanks to all the HODs and deans here. Your presence matters. And the faculty, the Electrical Wing, Pondicherry University, the Department of Media and Communication for the coverage that they are always supporting us. The guest house staff, we place our thanks to them for the continuous support they always give us. Now, a big applause to the excellent team of DDE under the leadership of Directorate of Distance Education. Somehow they seem to be very well trained in conducting the programs. They just do it in no time. We thank them on behalf of Pondicherry University. Now, I should also thank the scholars, the PhD students. We have 12 ICCR fellowship holders in various departments like environmental sciences, performing arts. One student has performed here. He has also given some performance in previous events. We thank all of you from different nations. I do not know, maybe from other nations also students are here. We thank you for your presence here. And all the scholars, students, And students from affiliated colleges, it must be an opportunity for you, maybe with your knowledge or without your knowledge. So much would have gone into you. We are very sure about it. And thank you for coming here. And if I have left anybody, thanks to all of you.